I am not in a rappy mood today. Although I should be in a rappy mood today because Tribe Called Quest just released their first album in 18 years. And anybody who knows anything about music knows Tribe Called Quest is wicked awesome. It rings a bell, does it? Do not mistake them for a Tribe Called Red, who are also wicked awesome. But they are different groups. Tribe Called Red being Canadian and being mostly Aboriginal based, but still awesome.
I freaked out when I realized Green Day released a new album earlier this month.
Yes, Green Day did release a new album. It's got the first 2 songs are really good. I haven't heard the rest of it.
They're all really good.
You know, when I find those pieces of food on the ground back there, I'm going to ban the whole class from eating, and I'm going to point my finger at who caused the ban, and then when everybody is mad at that person, it will be the 2 of you. Because I told you to. If I didn't tell you to, I would have found them at the back of the room on the floor, like I find food on the floor every single day, because most of you people eat with the approximate equality to a pig. This is your hand, this is your mouth. It's not hard. I eat all day. Is there food all over the floor under me? No. Know why? Because I'm a person. All right. You are going to multiply this out. Now, before we would have drawn this, how many times? You can see it. It's on your paper in front of you, Dale. I know it's old school, but everything on the screen is on your paper as well. How many times would we have to draw this if we were going old school? 5 times, right? Now you also remember at the very beginning we talked about this thing, right? We drew this 20 right here. We drew out 20, and then we drew 4 more, and then we drew it 5 times. And we proved that 5 times 24 is the same as 5 times 20 plus 5 times 4, right?
Whoa.
So all we did was we took this number and we multiplied it by the 20, and then we multiplied it by the 4, correct?
Yeah.
Now, you have already seen that even when we add x's and y's, we don't change math rules, do we? So if this works here, will it work here?
Yeah.
Yes, because it's math. That's why math is awesome. It doesn't mess you around. It doesn't do one thing and then do another thing a different day. So, what do I have here really? I have negative 5 times 4e squared. So what is that? If there was no e squared, what would this answer be?
20.
What kind of 20?
E squared.
No. Negative 20. But there is an e squared. So not only do I need negative 20, I also need e squared. Right? Okay. What's the next term of the trinomial?
5 times 5.
Look again. Negative 5. So the next term is negative 5 times negative 5e. If there was no e, what would that answer be? What kind of 25, Ethan? Why? Because it's a negative times a negative. And what would the third term be?
Negative 5 times.
Negative 5 times positive 3, which is?
Negative 15.
Negative 15. And that's your final answer.
12.
Is it complicated? No. Because do you even need to know how to multiply in your head? No. Because what do I allow you to use? A calculator. There is nothing complicated about this. The only difference from grade 3 multiplying is we've added variables. And those variables don't change, do they? They're just added on. Got it?
It's a fancy thing on the end.
Okay, now, before we go too much further, I want to remind you of some of the words. I know I've already written these down, but I want to write them down again, because as I use these words, I need you guys to know what it is I am speaking, of what it is I am speaking. Understand? So, in this construction right here, this thing is called a coefficient. Okay? How many coefficients do you see in this construction? I gave you one of them right there because I told you -5 is a coefficient. Are there any others? I haven't told you exactly what a coefficient is. You have to look at that -5. I'm telling you it's a coefficient. What is that -5 doing?
Added on to the other
It's
number.
what?
Multiplying.
It's multiplying on to something else, isn't it? Is there anything else in this construction that is multiplying on to something else?
Onto the exponents on the end of each of them.
Oh, you're getting so close. It's not the exponents at the end. These little numbers are called exponents. They aren't coefficients. Pardon, Kian? Something that multiplies onto the variable is also a coefficient. So there's this one and this one. Those guys are also coefficient. Okay? I need to be able to use that word because I don't want to say the really big number that multiplies a variable. Right? Because really big number that multiplies a variable is 7 words. I don't want to say 7 words because I'm a math guy. I want to say 1 word, coefficient. Everybody cool? All right. So let's see if you are indeed actually cool. As always, I start you off with me doing most of the work. You don't have any of the blanks? Oh, that's surprising. Well, that was mean of me. Fortunately, I have them right here and you have eyes. So, step 1, multiply each of the brackets by 3. What is 3 times 7? 21. What is 3 times 9? 27. So what is the answer here? Write this. And then write this. What's 3 times 7? 21 s squared. And 3 times 9? 27. Why am I done there? Because I heard Stephen say 48. Why is it not 48?
You don't add them to
Why not? Because there's an s squared there. These are not like terms, are they? Right? Remember, in our warm-up, did we put any of this together?
No.
No, because they're not like terms. But here, we did put our squareds together, our x's together, and our numbers together, right? Right? So many of you are going to want to add that, but you can't because they're different blocks. That's why we drew the blocks at the beginning. Okay? So you guys got 4 more there. There's the first one. Here's what to do. Every term has to be multiplied by -4. So what do you write? The first one is -4 times 5e squared. What is -4 times +5? Again, if you need your calculator, get it out. It's not 25.
20.
-20 what?
E squared.
E squared. Then I need to do -4 times what? I've already done that one. Now I got to do that one.
8e.
-4 times -8e. There's a negative right there, right? So what's negative 4 times negative 8? If you don't know, what do you do? Get your calculator. What is it? Plus 32 what? E. Does everyone see how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, you do the next two without this being written down, but you can see it. It tells you what to do. I cannot stress this enough. Go term by term. Write the first one, write the answer. Write the second one, write the answer. Write the third one, write the answer. If it helps to draw the arrows, I'm drawing them in different colors, then you are welcome to do that as well. I will wait a moment before we go on to C. Let everybody have a chance to get C done. If you finish C, obviously go on to D. Now, if you were listening to me on C, you should have written down 3 multiplications, yes? What's the first one you should have written? Which I will draw in red, because I did a red arrow for it.
Negative 5 times...
Negative 5 times
squared.
negative 2d squared. Now, is the d squared that important to write down here? No, as long as we remember it at the end, right?
Yeah.
What is negative 5 times negative 2?
10.
10d squared. Yes? Excellent. Now the next one I'm going to do in blue. What was the second one you wrote down?
That is negative 5.
Negative 5 times
Negative 3.
negative 3d.
I mean D.
What's negative 5 times negative 3? Plus 15d. Excellent. And the last one you wrote down, which I will draw in green.
Negative 5 times 6.
Negative 5 times 6, which is? Negative 30. Now I want to show you guys a quick little thing that you should remember. What was the symbol of that term? Was he positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. What was the symbol of that term? Was he positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. What was the symbol of that term? Positive. What is the symbol of this term out front? Negative. What did it do to all of these terms when I multiplied it? Switched them, right?
Yeah.
The first term was negative, became positive. Second term was negative, became positive. Positive became negative. Look what happened up here. What's the first term? Positive. What did it become?
Negative.
What was the first term? Negative. What did it become? So what does a negative in front of brackets do to everything inside the brackets? Flips it. Have we seen that before in math class?
Yeah.
Yes. Why?
Because it was in our old unit.
Because math never changes, Dale. If it happens in one kind of math, it happens in another at your guys' level. Yes?
Yes.
All right, so let's look at this one. Is there a negative out in front? So there's going to be no changes, are there? All right, I'm going to write this one all in black. No arrows, no colors. See if you know what you're doing. How many people need another second to do D? Okay, get it done. Are we done? What is the first multiplication you wrote down?
7 times 6.
7 times 6y squared, which is what? 42y squared. What's the next one? 7 times what? Negative 8y, which is what? Negative 56y. And the last one, 7 times, which is positive 63. Now, where do I have a chance to use mental math instead of writing it all down? Do you feel confident enough in your multiplying to skip this step? You do. The class that wasn't able to do 3 minus 2 2 minutes ago feels confident enough in their multiplying to not write out their work. Well, we'll see in a moment, won't we? Okay. We are going to move it along. Because dividing is the exact same thing. Okay? Except instead of multiplying, what are we doing? Dividing. So, if I ask you to do this, as always, we start with the drawing. I even told you what to draw. You get 8 of the shaded ones. And you divide them into 2 equal rows. Done. So what is the answer? Negative 4x. Right? Because that's what's here. Each group has negative 4x. Because this means put the first term into 2 groups. Right? That's what that means. That's what dividing means, right? If I have one pizza and there's 20 of us in this room, what must I do to that pizza?
20 slices.
Divide it into 20 slices, right? This is the same thing. You all know how to divide, right? So, are we cool with drawing? I don't need to draw more, do I? No? All right. So let's do some actual work with it. What is this question right here saying? What does this say in English?
6s minus 9 divided by 3.
Right. I have to take 6s minus 9 and split it into how many groups?
3.
Now, how are you going to do that? Are these and this, are they the same? No. How do you know they're different, Dale?
One has a exponent behind it.
One has
Variable.
a variable, and one doesn't, right?
Yeah.
And when we draw them, we also draw them differently because they're different, don't we? So I'm going to start with 6 S's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?
Yeah.
What do you got to do with that? Split it into 3 equal groups, right? So do it. What is it? Right? Right? That's how you do it. You can look right at it and see there's group 1, there's group 2, there's group 3, and they're all the same, right? But what math did we just do? We just did 6 divided by 3, didn't we? Right? Okay, what's the other one? I got 9 little guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Divided into 3 equal groups. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There it is, right? This is what I actually did, yes? These are the 9 candies divided between me and my 2 buddies, right? That is what you're actually doing. But what are we doing in math class? Because I don't have 9 candies, do I? What do I have? No. What if in math class, do I bring out real life things? No. We use numbers, don't we? So in math class, I had what? I had numbers. What number did I start with?
9.
9. And what did I do to that 9? Divided by 3. Right? Right? So 6s divided by 9, or minus 9, divided by 3, right?
Yeah.
There's a shortcut to that, isn't there? Just like in multiplying. We multiplied each one, and but what did we do here? We divided each one. Cool?
Yeah.
All right. Now, because I don't believe you, we're going to draw 4 of them.
Okay.
Okay, but we're going to use our own shortcut, aren't we? What do I draw? Do I draw the 3 in yellow, or do I draw the 3g squared plus 12g? Which one gets drawn?
The one in the brackets.
The blue, right?
Yes.
So I know I got 3 big guys, not shaded, yes? And I got 12 bars, not shaded, yep? Okay, so how many groups do I need to get out of this 3? 3 groups, which means how many in each group?
1.
1. How many groups do I need to get out of here? No, I need 3 groups. How big is each group? 4. Right? So what's the answer? Count. What's that? 1 what? G squared, because we don't write a 1. And what's that? What kind of 4g? Positive 4g, because it's not shaded. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool? What do I draw?
Negative 4b squared plus 6.
So what do I draw? 4 what?
4 shaded in.
4 big shaded in.
Yeah.
How big do those groups have to be? 2, because I need 2 even-sized groups, right? So I'm going to be left with 2 big guys when I divide it by 2. What about over here? I had 6 positives. What do I got to do? Divide it into groups, which is 3 little guys. What's the answer?
7b squared.
No, Stephen. It looked like a 7, but you do math. Negative 2 b squareds plus 3. Everybody good? Do the next 2. I'll wait a moment while you think about it. So that's what I had, right? So what do I got to do to these 4? Divide it into 4. So just to show you, there's all 4 of them, yeah? Divided into 4. How many is that? 1. Same thing here, right? 'Cause 4 and 4, duh. So there's going to be 1 bar there. What about this?
That would be 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 2, isn't it?
Yes.
So what's the answer? What's that?
S squared.
S squared. What's that?
S.
What kind of S?
Negative.
Negative S. What's that?
Positive.
Positive 2. Got it? So this one, I'm going to have negative 6 big guys.
Yes.
Split it into three groups. What's that?
That would be 2.
2 negatives. I got 9 positives. Split it into 3. What is it?
3.
3 negatives. Nice. And I had 3 positives. Split it into 3.
3.
I got 3 pieces of pizza and 3 friends. We all get 3 pieces each?
No, 1.
I get 1 piece. Negative 2t squared plus 3t plus 1. Is everybody good with drawing?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're not going to use it anymore because that's what we use to learn how to do it. Now we're going to do the real thing because algebra tiles are not always available and they only work up to a square, don't they?
Yeah.
Is it possible to have an exponent bigger than 2?
Yes.
Yeah, so algebra tiles aren't going to be useful most of the time. What about when we're dividing by a negative? Notice all of these divided bys were positive, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to draw a negative. So, but we already have rules about dividing by negative, don't we? Don't we? If we have 2 different signs, what's the answer going to be?
The opposite.
It's going to be negative always, right?
Yeah.
So if I get something like this, 8x divided by 4, let's make that actually, guys, negative 4. That becomes 8x over negative 4. Now, what goes together? Numbers or letters? Numbers go with numbers. So I got to do, what's 8 divided by 4? 2. And since this 4 is negative and this 8 is positive, what's the answer going to be? Negative 2. Did the x get touched?
No.
So it's negative 2x. Gouda? Gouda?
Yes.
Great. It is exactly the same thing as multiplying, Ethan. That is the type of thing you guys need to see. All right, so let's look at this situation. I tell you what to do, right? I just want to remind you, if we were multiplying 3 times 4x plus 7, the 3 would have to go to everything, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So when we're dividing, do you think that's the same?
Yes.
Yes, the 3 must go to everything, right? So what I really have here is negative 9v squared over 3, right?
Yeah.
And positive 6 over 3, don't I?
Yeah.
Right? Now, in this first one, numbers go with numbers, letters go with letters. Are there any letters on the bottom?
No.
So the only thing that we're talking about is numbers, right?
Yeah.
So what is negative 9 divided by 3? 9 divided by 3 is 3, but there's a negative, so it's
Negative 3.
negative 3 what? Why is it v squared? We didn't touch the letter because there was no letter on the bottom, right? V squared. What about this one? It's just numbers. So what is it?
6 divided by 3.
6 divided by 3, which is?
2.
What kind of 2?
Positive.
Positive 2. Everybody got it? It was divided by, Keon, not multiply. I understand. Is everybody cool?
Yeah.
What's the only thing to remember that is a little bit weird? The letters don't change unless there's a letter involved, which just makes sense, doesn't it? Right? We can't divide pizzas into oranges, so we can't divide letters into numbers. Got it? So I got a nice easy one to start you with here. You guys probably have this part of it.
Yeah.
So the first thing was to split it up, right? What's going here?
That would be 12r squared.
12r squared. Now look, I've moved the r out. Why?
Because it's untouched.
Because it's untouched. So what do I really have here?
You have
12 over 4, which is what? 3.
Yeah.
Did we touch the r squared?
No.
So it's 3r squared, right? And what did I have over here?
That would be 8 divided by 4.
Which is 2. And I'm done. Easy peasy lemony squeezy, right? Look at the next one. You guys should have this one, yes? Okay. So, what do?
You do 18.
18v squared, right? But the v squared doesn't matter, does it?
No, you
So I left you a space to write it, but do you need to write it? No, you just need to remember it doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Because there's no letters to be dealing with. So it's really just 18 divided by 6. What's that? Hit me, Keon. You just did this one. You did 6 times 3 to get us 18. So what's 18 divided by 6? 3. 3 what?
y squared.
V squared. Why?
V squared.
There's no letters, so we don't touch the letters. What's the next one?
That would be 6v divided.
Negative 6 divided by 6, which is what? Negative 1. Do we write negative 1?
No.
No, because there's a v there. Why is there a v there?
Because it's untouched.
Because there's no letter. And the last one? 12 divided by 6. What's 12 divided by 6? 2.
2.
Easy, yeah? All right, now your last one, because I continue to believe in you guys, I'm going to make this last one harder. E. Ooh.
You only get to touch one element, that's an 8e.
So, what do we know? Letters with letters, numbers with numbers, right? So what happens with this negative 4 and this 2?
Negative 4 divided by 2.
Which is what?
2.
What kind of 2?
Negative.
Negative 2, yeah?
Yes.
But, can we ignore the letters this time?
Yes, because that's e squared, the other one.
Okay.
That's okay, I came back from summer break, I'm like, hey.
Okay, so, can I ignore the letters this time?
Yes.
No, why not, Ethan? Because there's a letter on the bottom now, isn't there? So what do I have? I have e squared divided by e, don't I? So what is the exponent rule? What exponent does the bottom e have? When we don't write an exponent, what does it have? 1.
1.
And what do I do with exponents when I divide, Sam? When we divide, we add? We subtract. What's 2 minus 1? 1. Do we write 1 as an exponent? No.
Leave it as e.
So there's the first one, right? What's the second one? Negative 8 over 2 and e over e. Well, what's e over e?
1 minus
1.
0.
Right? So it's gone, isn't it? So what's negative 8 divided by 2?
2. 4.
What kind of 4?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Do you all understand that? Do you understand that extra little wrinkle I added?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to believe you, so I'm going to, you have some white space at the bottom of your page. I'm going to write one more question. I want you to try it. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Everybody's ready? 12x cubed divided by 8x squared, or minus, plus 4x, all divided by to negative 2x. Everybody try that one. You have a perfect example of it right there. I'm going to wait a moment because this is longer. So what should my first one be? You don't have to tell me the answer. Do not tell me the answer. What am I going to write?
12x cubed divided by negative 2x.
12 divided by negative 2 and?
8 divided by...
No, I haven't done the letters.
Oh. X.
Cubed divided by x. Right? So what is it? What's 12 divided by negative 2? Negative 6. And x cubed divided by x is? X squared. Why, Ethan? 3 minus 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one going to be? What are the numbers? Negative 8, numbers first. Over negative 2. And what are the letters? X squared over x to the 1. And I'm going to write that 1 in there just to remind myself, right? What is this one?
8 divided by 2 would be 4.
What kind of 4?
Negative. No, positive.
Which is it? You've just said both of them. You can't do that.
Positive.
Positive. Because they're both the same sign, right?
Yeah.
Positive 4, and what over here? 1. X to the 1. But we're not going to write 1 there because that's our final answer, right? And the last one?
That would be 4 divided by 2.
4 over, not 2.
Or negative 1.
Negative 2, and x over x. What happens to x over x?
Cancel each other.
Gone. 4 divided by negative 2? Negative 2. Now, how many of you, maybe you didn't get it finished because I didn't give you enough time because we're running out of time, but how many of you understand that?
That was the first time in a while that I used mental math and was actually really
Okay,
bad.
now, what is down here? How many of you understand that with no extra letters? Everyone's okay there, right?
Yeah.
And everyone is kind of okay there, right? Because we're putting together 2 units, correct?
Yeah.
You're kind of okay there, right? Okay, I'm going to do something to boost your confidence a little bit, I hope. That is grade 10. Remember how you guys all told me at the beginning of the year I can't do math, I'm never going to get it? Well, now you're a year ahead of where you were, should be right now, if you get that. If you kind of get it, you have a C- in grade 10 right now.
I get it. I just need time to do mental math.
Yes. Now, can we please stop with the poop about how you can't do math? Because you can, right? Now listen to me. This is going to be a little weird because the page you're doing is, it's as usual, it starts halfway down page 12, 212. It starts at the word practice. Just start below the word practice. That's what's due. It's due tomorrow, but I'm only giving you 14 minutes today. So tomorrow, instead of warm-up, you're going to finish this. So page 213 is done by 15 minutes into tomorrow's class. Do you understand me? Does that mean you get to take this next 15 minutes off? No, it does not. Clear? Go diddly-o. And obviously we will need to go over your last quiz tomorrow. Okay? Mr. Antoine, I insist that you go fill up your water bottle. Because heaven forbid you guys go 1 second without being able to be hydrated. Place in the world that haven't had clean water their entire lives. But high grade 9 students.
Because they know that it's there and that they can use it anytime they want.
Which means you could have filled it before class time, right?
Yes.
Which means you don't really need it. You just want to get out of class. Right?
Yes.
So since you didn't fill it on your own time, you must not need it. So why should I let you go fill it?
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But if I say no, you go, your mind won't even let me get a drink of water. Kid X doesn't need water ever except during class time. That seems a little odd to me.
I cannot find it.
See, I'll have to cut because I've done with my other class. I've sometimes made notes all of that, so you have all the answers. I will learn a copy of that.
Thank goodness the school spent $800 on workbooks that they didn't charge the kids for. School should be free, right? Public school, everything has to be free. Yes, it does.
Oh.
But just because something's free, does that mean you get to throw it away?
No.
No. Did you buy the earth? No. Are we ruining it? Yeah. Are we getting another one? Is there a Miss Lloyd out there in the universe somewhere photocopying us a new world?
Yes.
No.
Oh, I was going to say
Take care of your damn stuff. Good. How are you, Dale? Not Dale. Dylan. Sorry.
Long time no see.
Yeah. What are you doing now?
I'm just on my day off. I'm working through Kimberly's actually. I'm living with my grandma.
Nice. Where?
Just by Bedham.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're working for, so you're one of those day labory type places? Nice. You getting a lot of work with it?
Yep.
That's actually not a bad thing to do as a young guy. You're learning a lot. You're probably learning a lot of stuff too, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You working with that one down on
No, the one in Clearbrook.
Clearbrook? Yeah, the one down on Clearbrook.
Yeah.
I was looking there for my nephew. They seem to be hooked up with a few.
They're the best one to have used.
Yeah, they seem to be hooked up with a few solid, like,
they know
constant clients.
They were like hiring 66 people a day or something. Like
Yeah, my nephew said he would work in a mill and a bakery and one other place. He was working between those three, but it ended up being full time. He was learning how to do 3 different jobs and getting paid for it. That's working for you.
Yeah, I've worked through a few jobs.
That's awesome. Cool, man.
Busy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My sister's in university right now.
Nice.
My little sister actually going here.
What's your little sister?
Virginia Johnson.
I don't have her. What grade is she in?
Grade 11.
11. No, I've never taught her. That's awesome, man. That's really good to hear.
This is ISP school?
Pardon?
Still teaching high school?
No. The next year, they needed somebody to teach. After you left, or after your grade 10 year, they needed somebody, they needed 2 blocks of psychology.
Okay.
And nobody would teach it.
Really? I love psychology.
So I taught it. They were like, Matt, will you do this? Whatever, right? I'm a teacher. What do you want me to teach? I'll teach it. So I said, okay, we can find an ISP person, but we can't find a psych person. So you're going to psych. And they also gave me a computer block and a science. It was a stupid bunch of crap. It was basically ISP. It was like ISP. I was teaching everything. I was teaching math, science, psych.
It's like the attitude of the kids, right?
So, well, kids are kids, Gail. Or
Gave you hell, though.
kids are kids. No. You didn't. A couple of you did. Most of you didn't. So, no, that's awesome. I'm really glad to hear. Oh, I played rugby this weekend. That was really good, man. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. I really am. Good man. Well, keep it up. And don't hesitate to drop in at any time. It has been. That's really awesome.
Seeing Harrop, seeing Vidya, seeing the principal there. He's kind of serious?
No. No. You won't know any of our principals now.
What,
No,
math?
yeah, you won't know anybody now. And
I find it easy, but that's because I have a test.
yeah, who was teaching them? Mr. McLaughlin's over at Bakerview.
Math is like the
If you
one
want to
thing
drop
that
in there
I
on your way,
really
vice principal.
like, but don't get.
Vice principal. Vice principal.
Right on.
Who else did you have? Harrop was your grade 11, and McLaughlin was your grade 12. Miss Webster's principal at ATSS. She's either a vice at ATSS or a vice at Yale. I can't remember which. She switched recently. She went somewhere and then switched. Yeah, no, it went. We had a good bunch of people to work with there, and everybody's gone on to do something. Well, just different, but everybody went on. Well, like you say, 2 of them went on to principal. So, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was you when you were there. I wasn't quite sure, and now I recognize. Yeah. Well, and no hat. Put your hat back on, and then oh yeah, I got you.
Well said.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Yeah, I'll come by and come back.
Feel free. Anytime you want, man. The door is always open.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you, man. That's awesome.
I've gone down and photocopy these. I want them all done. You don't have to start from this video. I'm going to be at practice. Okay? So, you know what to do here?
Yeah.
These are our notes. Yeah, okay. So then you're going to put 4 times 1
4 times
n, yeah, and 4 times
4.
yeah. And then what is 4 times n? How many n's have I got?
1.
No.
No.
Right. If I've got 4 times n, I've got how many n together?
4.
4, yeah, so it's 4.
4 times 4. And
4 times n is going to give me got 4 lots of n, so it's going to give me 4 n, yeah. Yeah, it's going to give me 4 n, so it's like this. If I had 2 times 2, what would I have?
2 times 2.
How many 2's have I got?
2.
2. If I had 4 times z, how many z's? 4 times z gives me
4.
4
Z.
So 4 times n is going to give me
4n.
4n, yeah. So you're going to do 4n,
Okay.
yeah, 4n plus and multiply times 4.
Okay.